Hey, what's going on, family? Hope everybody's had a beautiful, wonderful, just gorgeous day, man. I hope you're excited. I hope you're doing what you do best, which is pretty much be you. I hope everything that is working accordingly and going according to your weekly plan and what you plan on doing for the week, for the month, your short term goals, your long term goals, anything that you got going on that's positive in your life. I hope it's working for your good right now, and I hope you're gaining in and getting keyed in on it, getting focused on it, in what you want to do, and what you want to be advanced in life. So blessings to you, peace to you, and I'm super excited again, man. This is part two of the I opened the show for have African Americans lost their love and respect for our heritage. It's a part two show. I contemplated on doing it as a part two, but I tell you, man, after going through some of the comments through the past week and really thinking about it and getting into it and really analyzing what I said and how I said it, and then thinking back and going back and listening to it, and just just really getting into it for us on the thinking side and really acknowledging what was said. What's up, Nick? Good to see you, baby. Just really want to. I got to touch back on it because it's so powerful. The last session. And before I do that, y'all know I always introduce what the show is all about. It's the Eye Opener Tuesday show. It is a show that defines who we are. Is basically what it does, man. It opens the eye. It talks about the elephant in the room, the hard topics about racism that we do not talk about in our daily lives that people really want to talk about at the round table. If you remember, I did a show a while back. It was on a Facebook live show when I did one about the conversation around the round table, the family round table. What do you really talk about? And that's what this is. But in essence, it's to bring out understanding for both parties. The main racism that's out here is just from whites and blacks. Everybody else do what they do. It's always a feud, and it's forever been a feud between whites and blacks. And like I always say, in order to understand something, and he's an inspiring young fella. I just enjoy talking to him. He's a really good young man. He's doing a lot of positive things in his world, in his life, and he's always looking for answers. He's hungry. He's always hungry for knowledge, and I love that, especially about our young men of color when they stay hungry about anything. When they're hungry about positive. Let me rephrase it, about not anything, but when they stay hungry about positive things. That's a beauty in my eyes when they do that. So I love talking with him, and one of the things that we was talking about today was really how to connect with the young folks. It used to be I had to connect with the elders. Now the tables are turning on me. So now I have to figure out ways to better myself to connect and stay connected with the younger crowd, and so we can get a better understanding. So I have to go to another level of me to understand me even more in depth, so I can go and understand how the young men think these days. What's their reactions to some of the words I say, or what's their lingo, what's their flavor, just so we can stay on a communication level. Because at the end of the day, communication to me is the key to life. I base a lot of things that I do off football and relationships. You hear me talk football and relationships all the time. For one, I've been coaching football for almost 20 years. The same amount of time I've almost been married that I've been married for this will be my 19th year. So trust me, I've been through a lot with relationship for his marriage, which has been a blessing in my eyes, because the pain has taught me so much, and it has advanced me. It's not just my way; it's my wife's way as well. The pain that we both have given each other throughout the years have taught us how to relate to other situations, how to communicate better with us. We're on a new trend now that is just fresh for us after 19 years. So it's a working progress consistently, and I love that because it's all about unity, it's all about communication, and it's all about learning. So it's a beauty to me to continue to flow in that, and I love it because I get to continue to learn, like this young man that approaches me on a daily basis. He's eager to learn something. So I appreciate it, and And that's what we got to do. So the ones that are older, like me, we're sitting in the same boat. We got to put our heads together, brothers, and figure out better strategies. I can't say the strategies that we have right now are bad. I'm not going to say that because we're doing good. I believe we're doing decent. I don't think we are doing extremely bad, but I think we need to kick it up a notch to make sure that we capture and really just really wow their mind. That's the right word. We really want to wow their young minds in a positive thinking way of nothing but love and not hate. So we have to destroy the hate part and continue to add love. And I think that's the beauty side of it. So that's what One Blood does. That's what One Blood is standing on, is to unify people back to the understanding that we all are God's children, one human race. So one blood movement of unity. We are moving in unity. That's the beauty of it. I hope you caught the when I was on the panel at Corinth High School. Man, it was lovely. It was a decent crowd. We everybody expected a whole lot more, especially with the county putting it on. We wanted to go a little bit, we wanted to reach out further, definitely, and we wanted to go deeper. So, your crowd a lot of times dictate your answers and your speech, because sometimes you just want to save that one little bit for the bigger crowd. But I've always learned, if it's one or two, I stick with the scripture, where two or three are gathered, good Lord's in the midst. So me, for it's one or two people, man, I'm letting it all go. But the feedback that we did get was, the only negative part that we had was we just didn't have enough people there to witness the greatness that's going to come out of that situation. It's always a hard, rocky start. I told the principal there, he was kind of frustrated. And I said, look, brother, the first time I did a football camp, it was only like 3 kids to show up. And that was my first football camp, man. And I blasted it online. I've been coaching at that time for uh, probably about a good maybe 13 years at that point in time. So a lot of people knew me. And I figured just my name, they will come out to the camp. But nah, it was a struggle. So now the camps that I do now, blessings now, after 5 years later, we're up to 30, between 30 and 40 kids. So that's a big jump. When you come from only 3 kids when you first start out 5 years ago. So I love it. I believe in it. We're up to 8 camps now, going through One Blood every year. Offensive, defense, 4 offense, 4 defense. So it's always a lot of unity going on, man. It's always a lot of unity, and it's not about the crowd. It's about the message, and the message will carry out. The crowd will dwindle or pick up. It's just the message is what you want to get out, and people that are there, it takes a domino effect, because they're going to share that message to somebody. I promise you that, and then somebody's going to share that message with somebody else. So word of mouth sometimes is better than a big old crowd. So try to keep that in mind as we go forward in something that's so positive and so motivating, to educate, man, to really get an understanding on both sides of how we feel, who we are as an individual, and love exactly who you are, no matter what. God made you in his own image. So you have to love yourself no matter what you've been through, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're going to go through. God still loves you because he made you in his own image. His spirit is still with you. It's not the Old Testament's in the day. We're under grace. So his spirit stays with you. So you can always be thankful, man. It's something that's great, and it's always in there. And you got to figure out a way to get that thing out, get attached to it, and get to know it. And the way you do it is just have a conversation with yourself. Look in that mirror. Look in that mirror. That mirror tell you everything you want to know. Everything you want to know, the mirror will let you know. It'll be on fire for you. I clap with it. I've done it multiple times. I still do it. People say it's crazy to talk to yourself, but how you gonna get to know yourself if you don't talk to yourself? I mean, really, yeah. It's a kind of a common sense thing with me. The only way you can communicate or get to know somebody is you have to communicate with them. So communicate with yourself. Get to know yourself. Talk in the mirror. Find out what you like and what you don't like. Getting to know your best feelings, your worst feelings. What ticks you? What grooms you? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? Get to know it, and then you get a better understanding of yourself. It's kind of easy to understand everybody else, because you know how to adapt to their situation. So that's my philosophy on understanding. So boom, that was a great introduction. That was kind of a long, but hey, it's all love, baby. It's all love. So listen, check it out, man. The last show that I did on here last week was the question was raised: have African Americans lost their respect and love for our heritage? The reason I asked that question, there was a group of African Americans sitting around Trump, and it's a mind blowing situation. That's why I had to come at it again. I had to do a part two of it because I really want to identify um, what I'm really trying to say to you, and I just want to break it down to another level so we can have a better understanding. Because that was some of the remarks that I received back. It was good, good information. You always have your negative ones, which is fine. I love them too because it makes me think even harder. How can I reach that person? How can I be an attraction? How can my message attract them even more to get a better understanding of what I'm trying to say and what we're trying to do as a one blood move in unity? So what I want to say with this young man, it was one young man that said in particular, it really bored me. He said, in honor of Black History Month, you're the first Black president. So my argument was, here's the thing with One Blood Show, and I've always said this, and I've said it from the beginning. I always say it through the whole time that God's allowed me to do One Blood. Everybody's opinion matters. No matter where it comes from, no matter who it says it, everybody opinion matters. Everybody approach. Your what you have in your mind, what you have in your skull, what you have in your heart, it matters to you. It might not matter to anybody else, but that doesn't mean anything. Long as it matters to you and you can understand it, somebody else will eventually understand it once they learn how to understand themselves. So I can't knock anybody's feelings about the way they feel about any situation because it's their feelings, and I respect their feelings. That's the way they feel. Uh, Not big on feelings, but being on the man side, but the way God has groomed me to cater through One Blood and conversate through One Blood is I got to respect everybody's feelings, and this platform is not here to tear anybody down. It is only to build up. So, with saying that, the thing that hit me the most when the young man said, in honor of Black history, or in honor of Black history, he called Trump the first Black president. Whoa, that's a huge slap in the face to all our great ancestor movements, inventions, walks of life, education that they have passed down to us. Everything, even up to President Barack Obama, everything that African Americans have done up to that point of that day when that man said that was just erased. He took it all away and he put it in the hands of a white man who has never been Black. And it's not nothing that it's like I say, it was never to beat Trump up at all. That's not my aim. That's not my lingo. That's not has nothing to do with that. Period. It's not even about him. It's the fact of the honor that was given from a Black man to a white man. Honor. That's a huge word. That's a huge word. Let me go here. This is how you will hopefully this will better understand over you better understand it this way when I come at it this way. There was another young man that was in there, and he said he believes Trump has been the best president since Abraham Lincoln. That's his opinion. That's his opinion. Hey, there is nothing wrong with that. That's what he thinks. Man, I'm cool. I mean, seriously, straight up. If that's what you think, brother, hey, by all means, keep it smoking and keep it hot and do exactly what you do that best serves you and your community and what you believe and what you think. You do what's best for you and your family. I'm not against that at all. That's what he believes about Trump, man. That's his thing. That's his lingo. Not mad at that. Uh the honor part. When you honor something, you take pride in it. Joy, peace, love, and respect. That's what entails honor. So when that man said in honor, he was saying, he was pretty much, when he said in honor of Black History Month. So I'm speaking for all Black people, period. When you say that, and when you do that, because you're saying in honor of Black History Month, we get 1 month that we're honored in. We get 1 month that we're represented in. We get 1 month that we supposed to have some type of level of respect in. We get 1 month where we're shown an abundance of love. We get 1 month that we can say is ours. So that honored month, you want to give that away to the opposite race. Or it, like I say, last time it could have been Asian. It could have been Asian sitting up there. It could have been a Mexican sitting up there. It could have been what else we have out there. Whatever other ethnicity that we have out there. It could have been any one of them. Any of them. Didn't matter. Any of them. The mere fact that you gave the honor, that means you gave my love away for all my ancestors. That, hey, the land that I bought, put it like this, it's been a blessing. This is not boasting at all, but the house that God gave me and the land that He gave me, this was slave land. I was able to buy back a nice chunk of it and put it in my name. So when things, whenever life takes over, my sons and my daughters can have it. Whatever they decide to do, it's up to them. So in honor of Black History Month, you took that away from me. Something that my ancestors, they farmed this land. I don't know what else they did with this land. I grow a nice garden, so they had to farm it because the garden I grew is in this abundance of garden. It just keeps growing. So it had to be some type of farmland, and where we live at is pretty much, it was all farmland. So I've done the history on it. I've read it. It's all slave land, owned by pretty much, a lot of it was owned by the Flowers side of it. So you just gave away everything that I worked my butt off for to buy for my kids. When he said in honor of Black history, we got to stop it right there. When he said with an honor of that, he gave away everything that I own, everything that I worked my butt off for, everything that all my ancestors, all the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm X's, just the big names, and all the inventors, all the ones, the Harriet Tubmans, who worked really hard to free us and to really put our name on the map. And not even that, it goes as far as just being identified. Just to be identified as a Black person. I love it. I would never in my life, I don't care how much money, man, doesn't matter. I, I'm a Black man. I love it from day one. I've never wanted to be any other race. And that is no disrespect to any race. It's just a simple fact that I love who I am. Period, point blank. I love my skin color. I love everything about being Black, man. We struggle. We've had some hard times. We are, I still believe we are the most forgiving race ever known to man. The crap that we've been through and fought through and worked our butts through. And then we have somebody that has the audacity to come out their mouth and say, in honor, I'm going to give you all of what my ancestors have worked their hind parts off for, have studied for, written books out of, took beatings for, was raped for, was hosed down for. Even the millionaires that made it. It's a lot of Black millionaires, man. It's a lot of them. Go back and read your history. It's a lot of them that made it, that became Black millionaires. It's a lot of them. 1619, when slavery started, when it actually really started. It's a lot of people, that Black people that were here before then, that had it made, free land, free everything. They were good. You took all that. You just stripped us down when you said in honor. So you're asking now, which is one of the young fellas that I had a conversation with earlier. Why is it that we need to even have this type of conversation? Let me tell you why. If you don't understand yourself, this is the way of doing this. This is why I'm breaking it down to this level, because you got to realize who you are, where you come from, and where you're going to go. But the key to knowing where you're going to go is you got to go back and realize where you come from and who you are. And you have to love it. You have to. You got to fall deep in love with it. That's when that's when you activate the spirit that's inside of you to the greatness. When you just really enjoy being you. Because when God said, I made you in my own image, he's telling and with that statement, you're taking that away. I made you in my own image. Now I'm just gonna give my image away, my identity away. You gave every black person identity. Slam away. I mean, just threw it away. Just, I mean, out there. The depth of this thing is deeper than what that man said, y'all. And that's why I'm doing a part 2 to it. Because you got to go to a deeper level. I mean, we really got to get to the point now where we find out who we really, really are on the inside. That's the only way that we're going to be able to defeat racism. There's so much love that's inside of us, and there's so much that's built up in there that can manifest into greatness. But we can't do it by just continuously overriding situations like this and then giving our identity away. The more you give your identity away, it's just like, let me put it like this right here, man. It's just like a female, um, when she's a virgin, and then she decides to have sex with the dude that the dude on wild her mind. He done got her all hot, steamed up, ready to kick it into a gear. Hey, uh, you know, forgiveness, forgiveness. But when you get to that level and you get a woman to that level and she's a virgin, right? Stick with me. She's a virgin and she's about to change her identity. When she lay down with that man and decide to do something with him and not marry, even when she is married, back in the biblical days, it said when they knew. So when it was new meant when they had sex, and also meant marriage, means they made a unity together and they became as one. So when they knew each other, they got involved with each other. She gave up her identity. I hope that makes sense to you. So now she's that flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. She's a part of that man. Right? Now, take it back to this young fella who gave away our identity. You got to stop giving away your identity. You got to stop that. Because that's what that man just did. He just gave everything away. And if you keep giving away and giving away your identity, how you going to ever know who you are? And just like young females, if the young female, they keep, just keep lashing it out, throwing it out left and right, they're giving away their identity. No wonder they're in an identity crisis. They don't know who they are. That's why. That's a whole nother conversation we need to have later on, but I need to do like a relationship Thursday or something like that, man, and bring some of that in on that type of stuff. But I wanted to go to that level so you can really understand that giving away your identity is something important. That's the importance. You know how important it is. I have 2 daughters. So I'm preaching to them left and right. Yo, baby girl, wait this thing out. That's a pearl. That's a diamond. That's real. That's love in there. That's what God intended on you to wait for, that one special guy that you can connect with. You give your identity to him, and then you two become one. And then you both have a great identity together and grow. But the more we give it away, family, the more pain we're going to see, the more pain we're going to suffer, the more pain we're going to go through, because we just keep giving it away. And that's the moral of that thing. It's not the fact there's nothing against Trump. This is not a politic thing. To all the Trump supporters, that's what you do. That's fine. That's what you believe in. Take that part out. It's the conversation that the statement that young man made in honor of. So it's a dishonor when a woman sleeps around and just gives her virginity away and don't marry that man, or that man don't marry her rather. It's the same concept. When we continually give our identity away as black folks, even if you're white and you sit here and tell yourself, I'm black or I want to be black, you are giving your identity away. You're not being true to who God made you to be. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. It does not. It doesn't. I'm not deviating from any race. If you Latino, you talking about, man, I'm black. No, no, no. You are who you are, and you have to love it. You gotta learn how to love it. You gotta learn how to appreciate it. You gotta learn to understand it. That's the beauty of one blood, is to break down the barriers and break hate off of the soul. That brother evidently has some kind of hate against black folks to give all the honor and the identity away. There must be something there that has a trigger that he just has against his own people. If you're growing up now in your life, still at this age, I'm just saying growing, we're living, we're learning, we're growing as individuals, and you don't want to be the race that you are, you don't want to be a part of it, you really need to look in the mirror. Because for one, you can't dictate who God loves. That's one. That's why you really need to be identified as who you are, because you cannot dictate who he loves. For two, you can't take it away. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you learn the language, you learn the lingo, you learn the style, you learn the fixations of it, you learn the dynamics of it. You get everything inside you. Everything that's about the opposite race, the book side, whatever it may be, you learn it. On the outside, you're still you. You you're still gonna be you. At the end of the day, when that brain is turning and you're laying down and the sheets fall back, you are you. And there's nothing you can do about it. So you got to appreciate that. And that's where you have to start at. You have to start with you. I said this in the when we was at Corn Holders the other night. Once we learn, and especially white folks, my white family, I love you. But in order to get to the reparations, United States black folks has never had reparation. I think Germany has done theirs and done it well. The way we get there, the only way we can get there, is you have to forgive yourself for what your ancestors done. You have to forgive yourself for the way that white privilege thing that we have going on. You have to forgive yourself for that. Recognize that is who you are. Recognize that you do have that power. And then recognize that you have to forgive it so you can move on. So you can understand who I am. So you can learn to love me. So you're able to really get involved and unify and move forward. That's the best way we can do it. You got to understand yourself first. If you don't have you first, you can't be no part of me. You'll never understand me, because you'll never be able to break yourself down and put yourself in my shoes to understand what I'm going through. So you got to understand yourself first, and then be humble enough to, when somebody has a disagreement with you. I had a wonderful talk last night with my homeboy. Love the dude, man. He's a white guy. I say that because I just want you to understand the conversation depth of it was so real. We didn't agree on hardly nothing. It was a politic conversation. I don't normally like to have them, but I don't mind having them with someone who has an intelligent mind, who will not be snappy and just get all upset just because I don't agree. I can have them type of politic discussions, but the other ones that just ramp up and they have a one track mind, kind of hard to have a conversation with. That means they have an identity issue. They're not loving themselves enough. But had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful conversation. we agreed on a lot, and then it's a lot we didn't agree on. And you know that was beautiful because we found a common ground. We found a common ground, and that's the key. That's the whole key. We communicated. He understands who he is. He has his pride. He has his laws that he lives by. I have mine that I live by, and I'm well understanding of them. I don't have no flaws with the way I feel about myself. He doesn't have any flaws the way he feels about himself, and we converse, and we come to a common ground. That's the key. That's how we do it. As long because he understands himself. That's what enabled him to talk to me and tell me exactly how he feels. That's what enabled him to understand exactly how I feel. Because when your head goes back and you say, "Oh, well, that's what that means." When you see somebody do that, man, you got him. You got him. The conversation is finna get good. Yeah, finna get real good. It's boom. You're in there now. Now you can really conversate with that person. Their mind is open up to you. And what's the beauty part? You open up to yourself because you're like, you know what? I feel this. I understand that. I'm gonna try my best to understand because I understand the way I feel. So I'm gonna put myself in that person's shoes and I'm gonna drive it forward and hard until I get an understanding of how they feel and how we can move forward. That's the best way of doing it, family. That is the best way of doing it. Identify yourself with who you are. Let me hit these comments right quick, man. I love you guys, man. It's beautiful. Nick said, identity and character are things that you can't lose in this world. Amen, brother. Amen to that. That is so true, man. You can't lose that. But it's a shame that we have given it away. It's a shame, bro. That's something I try not to hate anything in life, period. But that's a real that that was a deep one when that young man gave all of us. He said in honor of Black history. That's all of us. That's in honor of Black history. Everybody that's Black is represented during Black history. So in honor of all of us, even the ones that don't support, you got a lot of people that support Trump. That's fine. Like I say, it's not about him. It's about what the young man said. It was about him giving away our identity. That's why I asked the question. And you feel free to answer those you're watching. Have African Americans lost their respect and love for our heritage? And what that boils down to is, do you really want your identity? Do you really love it? Do you really cherish it? Do you really respect it? Do you really want it? And where are you going to go when you finally get it? So to all my brothers that's out there, Nick, man, you got to jump on board with me. I just talked with a young man today. It's a lot that we have to do. We got to put foot to the ground and get some stuff moving. It's a direction. It's something new God gave me, and I am about to do it. I'm about to launch it here shortly. I have some things I got to work on, some things I got to pray on it real harder, and really get an understanding of what God really wants me to do with it, so I do not mess it up. Even if I do, I know He's got me covered. But at the same token, I don't want to disappoint anybody in the things that One Blood does. One Blood is a moving of unity. We're moving in unity. We're moving towards unity. We're trying to get this thing rolling in a good and beautiful direction. We're trying to get an understanding, family. Listen to some of my speeches from YouTube and some of the ones that I put on. I don't put much on Facebook anymore. A lot of my stuff is just where everything's going to YouTube now. So nothing is on Facebook, just different posts, and that's about it. Go to YouTube. Actually, I'm about to start posting my stuff on YouTube, even the pictures and everything. So unite yourself with you first. Unite you with you. That's what I'm gonna leave you with today. I still have the young lady. Thank you, my sister, for reminding me last week when you told me that's gonna be your motto for the month. You said, I think the last thing I left you with last month was be who you are, be who you're gonna be, and love it. Be who you're gonna be and love it. This week, I really want to leave you with this one, and this one will last for me for the rest of the month because I think I'll probably say this quite often anyway. And this is out of one of my speeches: is unite you with you first. Unite you with you first. I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds weird, but get in that mirror. Get in the mirror and unite you with you first. That's the only way you'll be able to really get an understanding of any other culture, any other race, any other ethnicity group that's out there. That's a way that you get an understanding in your own life. The things that you need to do, the things that you want to do, is to unite you with you. You got to get to know who you are, and you got to get to the point where you just love everything about you. It doesn't matter what it is. I got a bald head now, man. I'm talking about, y'all look at this thing. It is shining though. Daggone it, boy. It's shining. But anyway, hey, I had to get used to this thing. I had to. I didn't want to because I had waves back in the day. I tell my sons, man, they got a lot of hair. But I tell my son, I said, yo, the old man had some them ocean out of sea. You could dive in that bad boy back in the day. I'm telling you, it was in there. And then the older, closer I got to 30, man, it was just receding back. It just kept going. It was like the Energizer Bunny. Just that bad boy just kept going. I just said, you know what? Thank God bless you. Just thank God. It's what it is. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be, and I'm gonna love it. And I have, thank God, been blessed to unite me with me. So I encourage you. I thank you so much for watching the show, man. I'm always blessed. I'm always honored for watching them. I really do. I feel grateful. And boy, you crazy. I feel you though, bro. I feel you though, man. But please share. Take a video. Do me a favor. Take a video. Whichever one you like. It could be the short one, it could be the long one. Just take one, please, and put it on your Facebook page from YouTube and share it and say, hey, this is a good brother, man. He's got something to say. Put me out there a little bit, man. I'm trying to get this message out there as far as I can, as hard as I can, as much as I can. And so I'm asking for your help. Grab one of the videos and hit the share button on your Facebook page and ask people to go to the page and subscribe so we can get this ball rolling, get it higher. Nick, we got to get in on a show together, man. I'm gonna come up there on a Tuesday, even if we got to pre-record it. We still can get the comments off of it. We'll still play it live. We can play it at a later date. So we got to do one together, man. We got to do one together, man. Get a different perspective so you guys just don't hear one perspective. I love getting multiple different perspectives so we can all learn. It's a learning process. It's a great thing to learn something from someone else's view. And I love it. I love it. I love to share. I love to get in touch with people, especially ones who are willing to open their hearts and open their minds to a different understanding. So please, I leave you with this. Unite you with you. Unite you with you. And I promise you, the level of life that you will start to increase on will be the betterment of you. So please know that I love you. Be blessed. Be safe. Y'all have a great week. Keep up with the posts, man. Share them. Subscribe. Get them to subscribe so we can keep it moving, keep it popping, and get something great happening, y'all. Greatness is inside of you. Keep pushing it. Unite you with you. Love you.